Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hotel Orloff. It's a wonderful Thursday evening here in Rural Retreat, Virginia. Whoa, well, it's the little cat named Ambrose. Well, anyway, uh, hello to, someone's actually watching now. Well, it's been a while since I've gone live. Actually, not that long, but um, just had an air conditioner guy out to give me a second opinion as to why the air conditioner's not working. This guy doesn't seem to think that the previous guy really did a check for coolant leaks. So looks like it's actually the blower motor. So it's going to probably be a little less, thankfully. But anyway, it's going to. Okay, so how are you guys doing today? Um, If you'd like to come on the show, the link is there in the chat. Thought I'd show you. I got some books in the mail today because a wonderful viewer named Thomas Fairfowl, also known as Jeff, called up Gotham City and said put $50 down for Gratu. And so through his kind-hearted generosity, I've got a few new books. So we'll look at them here in just a moment. Then I want to go upstairs and look at some of the comic. I'll explain. Hold on. This disc has wrestling and cartoons on it. Wrestling and cartoons. All right. There's going to be a Trump rally tomorrow in, I believe, Pittsburgh. So, what did I just do? Okay, there we go. Let me test something. Yeah. Okay. Um, I got finally the free comic book day books because first time I've been able to order since Free Comic Day. And again, thank you, Jeff. Um, so I got Conan, Scourge of the Serpent. And yeah, this is the current people working on Conan, the current Titan Comics, are doing a good job. It feels very much like it's the 70s again. So I'm happy with this. Read this later. Also got Mark Spears Monsters. This is the first Mark Spears Monsters book I've got. Uh, I've seen the covers of them. This one is apparently about a clown. It looks like they're working with photographs and they're digitally painting over photographs or something. I'm not exactly sure. That definitely looks like a photograph. I'm not sure. Mark Spears comes highly recommended. I'll read that. Get back with you, let you know. This is previewing Superman Unlimited, which is apparently DC's new direction for which, from what I understand, is more of a Silver and Bronze Age approach to Superman. Yeah, they've got the Justice League satellite. I don't know if they've had that for years in the comics. I don't know, because I kind of avoid modern comics. But this looks like this could actually be fun. Got all these fans blowing everything around. Um. Oh yeah, here's the Will Eisner biography. I was wanting to read this, and they've got one for Philip K. Dick coming out apparently. How about that? The Disney Brothers. They're doing the Disney Brothers and Alfred Hitchcock. There's Alfred Hitchcock. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, okay. This is pretty good. I know this guy. All right, so this is going to be another fun thing to read. What's going on in the chat? I see people commenting. Who are they? Oh, Thomas Fairfell. Hello, Greta and Gratu. Yes, I. Uh, thank you so much. I'm showing the books that I got with your. This is all your gift. Of course, these ones are free. Were free, but you know they came with the stuff that I got with your gift. This is Archie Comics Spectacular free comic book day thing. Yeah, cool. Here's a comic from Dark Horse called Los Monstruos, which apparently it looks it, it looks like it's a. I haven't read it yet. It looks like it's like a film noir kind of monster book that is set in like 1950s Hollywood with all the. Sorry about the fan. It's going to be a problem. I need to link that up higher. I appreciate I think 9 people that donated to the GoFundMe, got me up to $350, and I'm hoping that the amount uh, for this fan blower motor could be partly covered by the home warranty, and then the part that I have to pay would be I don't. I'm hoping that there really is still a Freon in that unit, and that I may just need to raise just a little bit more. Um, yeah, it's this man. All these comics look like they're going to be a lot of fun to read, um, which is not something you've been able to say in a long time. Now, some comic book news I heard somewhere. Well, um, since we last were on, Mark Wade passed away, and I had to be reminded who Mark Wade was. I looked up Mark Wade and said, "Oh, this I I don't think I've ever read anything written by Mark Wade, but apparently he's a very good, well-respected writer and has been ill for a lot of years." And um, first I thought, yeah, I just look at this, man. This has been out for about a month, but again, through Thomas Fairfowl's nice, generous gift, I'm finally able to get it. It's a facsimile of More Fun Comics number 73. Wow. It's just incredible fun. What I need to look at upstairs is, I've been looking through my Archie comics trying to find an issue of Jughead, which I swore I owned, but apparently I don't own. Oh man, this paper really does feel like newsprint paper. They've added some extra grit to it to make it feel that way. Um, this looks great. Um, wow, you know, um, and it even smells good. What the hell am I talking about? What was I talking? Oh, well, now I keep hearing people talk about, Dell put out some monster comics in the 60s, Universal Monsters. There was a Frankenstein mummy, Dracula, and there was a creature one. And I keep seeing people show the creature cover and say, "This is I'm glad I got a copy of this. It's so expensive to get and so sought after." And I thought, I'm pretty sure I've got the creature. And I think, well, I thought I had the creature issue of Jughead, where the creature from the Black Lagoon's coming out of Jughead's pool or Veronica's pool or whatever. But apparently I don't have that. So now I want to go up and look through my gold key Dell boxes and see if I indeed have that creature cover. Uh, so let me look at a few more of these books here, and then we'll go upstairs and I'll find out if I've got that book. Well, I did a lot of stuff today. I mowed the lawn. I cleaned out this disgusting vacuum cleaner. I'm not used to these vacuum cleaners that use water or liquid. Um, I've always just had the old fashioned vacuum cleaners with a bag that just, you empty the bag, but these ones with the liquid, I don't know much about them. Oh, Meyer, Says, hey guys. Hello, Meyer. Oh, Gotham says hello. Yeah, yeah, guys, come on if you want. Yes, indeed. Oh, I got my wife a present. She's a big fan of Big Boy. You know, I am too. Uh, if I'd never met my wife, I would have gotten this anyway. But it gives me an excuse to get it. Um, but it's a hand puppet of Big Boy. And look at this on the back. I'm just now noticing Kevin threw in these toxic tunes. This must be Eric Pigor's. Well, yeah, definitely. Who I'm a friend of on Facebook. Must have put these stickers out. What do I mean? Must have definitely put them out. Yeah, he's. I think I saw him in a hospital bed. I think he just had surgery. He's okay, but um, anyway, he's in our prayers. I say prayers because these people say thoughts and prayers. That's not. You say prayers. Okay, so Big Boy, puppet, very romantic gift. Okay, so Marvel doesn't do facsimiles as well as DC, but they do facsimiles, and they're very appreciated because I have Fantastic Four 49, but I'm never going to be able to afford this one, and that's great. I hate that barcode there. That's a problem. But yeah, imagine my shock when I realized that the Watchers are in the Bible. I didn't know that. I guess everyone else knew that. Uh, when someone tells you, those Marvel characters you've been reading about for decades, they're in the Bible. It's like, what? Yeah. Well, anyway, now I've got an issue 48. Um, this one, I don't know. And there's a Fantastic Four movie coming out that everybody's kind of writing off at this point. Everyone figures it's going to be terrible. God, late Moses. That's so great. That's all they need to do is just do facsimiles. Forget about any new comics. Just look at this. I love this. The 6 panel layout. Damn, that's great. Look at the thing smoking a cigarette. Usually he's smoking a cigar. I guarantee you in the new movie he will never smoke a cigar. Also, it looks like he wears like a turtleneck throughout the whole thing. He's never the thing. He's you see his head. His head looks pretty accurate, but I don't think he's ever gonna strip down to his bathing suit like he does in the comics. Now, someone made a movie that was like unrecognizably Fantastic Four a few years back where the thing didn't have any clothes at all. That was disturbing. I never saw it. So, I remember this first glimpse of the of the Silver Surfer. Man, it's so great. Oh, man. Look at these other issues you could get. Okay, well, I have to say, Marvel's facsimiles aren't that bad. I'm not going to complain that much. The barcode, I guess, has got to be on there. DC puts it on the back, but oh well. I'm just glad to finally have an issue 48. Uh, I bought issue 49 back late 70s. I don't think I spent more than $10 for it. I really don't think so. Could have been the very early 80s, and by that I mean 1980, 81. Here's a facsimile of Fantastic Four number 4. Um, is someone else commenting? Let's see here. Um, oh, yeah, there's a new shirt that Kevin has, and hopefully he'll come on and show it to us. Um, this is the link to see his new shirt. And Meyer says, "Do you have any more FF48, Kevin?" Um, yeah, it's not real busy. Come on, Kevin, um, if you want. There's your Jolly Roger bike flag. Look at this, man. It wasn't my idea. Someone else said maybe it was Kevin, maybe it was Meyer. It was like they should just reprint the old comics and just forget about new. Man, you imagine if they just did this month after month and we could relive the 60s. 1962. Where were you in 1962? Damn. Wonderful. Um, I think I'm seeing that Kevin says he does have an FF48. And then, yeah, Gotham City says yes. And then Meyer says, I'll take one, please. Cool. Yeah, Thomas Fairfowl is helping me catch up. Um, as we, I, we've been trying to save money. I don't know what's going to happen with this here. The home warranty guy got the information, and now he's supposed to call me back to see what he's going to approve. Tiki Gods. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm showing you. I have no idea what Marvel's doing. They've got Doctor Doom as played by Robert Downey Jr. I don't know what they're doing. They've got Fantastic Four with a whole bunch of second stringers that they're calling the Avengers. I don't know what they're doing. They didn't do a very good job reproducing this fishing ad, but yeah, well. Um, There's the fan page. See, that's really important. Is reading is getting the excitement that kids were feeling as these comics were coming out. So the fan, I know in those omnibus books they do reprint the letter page, but I don't know if they reprint the. Sorry, I don't know if they reprint the bullpen page. I'm just chuckling at the ad for Hulk #1 here. You see that? So it gives you a sense. I guess I didn't really have a sense of when the Hulk #1 came out, as in relation to Fantastic Four. So Fantastic Four was on issue 5 when the Hulk #1 came out. that kind of thing is real important to me. To that kind of knowledge, which may seem trivial to others, it's interesting to me because it makes me feel like I'm a kid. Then it gives me I want to. I could have just been one of my older brothers, and they were around for all of this, but they didn't partake of it. They were only buying DC, so they weren't paying attention to the Marvel Age starting. But there was a lot of great stuff happening at DC. Here's a facsimile from DC. I pretty much just got all a bunch of facsimiles with the gift from Thomas, also known as Jeff. This is a book, a facsimile. I got it, even though it turns out I actually have the original. I didn't actually realize that, but it's okay. It's cool to have the real thing and a facsimile. Yeah. And they put the Marvel's done on slick paper, which is okay. They try to make this feel like newsprint paper. They put some grit into the paper. It's I'm not exactly sure what it is that gives it that feeling. It may just be recycled paper for all I know. Yeah. This, I think this is the third appearance of the Teen Titans. I'm pretty sure I don't think it's the second. I think it's the third appearance. Anyway, it's not a extremely, extremely high dollar book in its, but in its original form. But this, this one I don't have. Brave and the Bold, 57. This is a facsimile of the first appearance of Metamorpho, and I love Metamorpho. I think I might have. I've got, I think, all but issue one of the Metamorpho. No, I have a lot of the Metamorpho run from the 60s, but I've never had this first appearance. Of course, this is coming out because Metamorpho is going to be in the new Superman movie. Someone's saying on YouTube that they're doing some reshoots of Superman, and I don't know what who's telling you accurate information. I heard someone say that they're cutting 25 minutes out of Superman. I don't know. You can't. A lot of that happens to just about every movie, and I guess everybody knows that the original Star Wars, which was like a masterpiece, they said was unwatchably bad in its original edit, and then George Lucas's wife came back in and re-edited the movie and changed the complete feel of the movie and turned it into a great movie. So sometimes, and I heard that a new composer was brought in. They switched out the music in the Superman movie. Um, that they got a new editor. Yeah, so who knows? Man, Ramona Fradon, great, great artist. Look at that. Someone was telling me they didn't like Ramona Fradon. I don't know. Yeah, hold on. I think this could. Oh, there's a red dot. A human is coming in. Why, it's Kevin from Gotham City. Oh, yes. So let me give you. Let me see if I can give you. Yeah, there we go. This is the new shirt that Kevin has. It's
Can you hear
amazing,
me?
Larry. Do I can hear you? Yeah. So how many of these? How many of these did you get?
There's 50 total, and then I'll do a new design when that's
Did you,
so
did you did you get a lot for fat people?
not as much as last time because last time I needed more larges.
Do you remember the size that I always have to ask my wife what size I am? Do you remember what size she says I am?
I don't know. I have all the way up to 5X.
Oh man, I'm not that fat. Not yet, but I'm trying to lose weight. But I'm gonna have to ask her as soon as she gets off work what size I am. Um, well, that's fantastic. Have you sold any yet?
Yeah, they're on my website, and I don't know how many have sold, but I hear my phone going off like they're selling.
Oh, is that? Look at Mr. Hyde. He looks like an Elvis impersonator with that hair.
I know his hair is styled pretty good, huh?
Yeah, it's great. That's a great mess. How much is that an original?
Well, it's the original sculpture, but it
Yeah.
came out in 1998.
So that it's kind of old. It's from the nine. Yeah, I guess '98 is a long time ago. It seems like yesterday to me, but
Yeah, these are the calendar masks.
yeah, yeah. Wow, that they're great. So
It
what
tells you
is?
gives you the story.
Oh, so
Mhm.
that's a 1998 box, huh?
Yeah,
How much? What kind of price range would you be looking at to get these 1998 reissues?
well, the cheapest one is the Mole Man.
Yeah.
The most expensive that I've seen so far is Phantom.
Uh huh. And what is cheap and what's expensive? I have no idea.
Like maybe $200, and this is maybe like $600.
Oh shit. That's the I could get a new motor for my air conditioner. I'm just only thinking about the air conditioner right now. Damn. Well, Mr. Hyde, what range is he in?
Hyde's another cheap one, like
Uh,
200, 250.
yeah, he's pretty. They're all great. What am I talking about?
She got it by herself.
All right. Yeah, Kevin's dog has got like what an arthritis problem, and
Yeah, maybe
he's been.
it might be a like a hip displacement. I think.
Oh, and so he's getting better. She's getting better, right? And
Yeah,
but you're keeping her in the store for a while,
yeah.
and she's getting used to seeing customers and everything. That is so great. She's doing better.
What's it say? The finest monster mask of the '60s, custom mask of the like which never been seen before, featured in the pages of many prominent monster magazines of the era. Popular 1966 wall mount calendar, which featured 12 colorful monster portraits. Around this time, oh, the decisions were made to retire the old molds and reissue the characters with new improved look. The reign of the calendar mask was over, so this was the last time I guess they. Yeah. How much were these These were expensive masks in those magazines. A lot of kids never had them.
Well, yeah, I think weren't they like $40 in the '60s when the
Yeah,
magazine the kids were reading cost 35 cents. $40 is well, that would be like a couple $100. I don't know who was getting them, and either rich kids um or who
I
knows who
was
was buying them
I was told they only made 250 of each of these, and they
in
were
the
probably
'90s.
yeah, and I think they were like around $200.
Wow. Well, that's cool. It's
I
did
got this
you
one.
oh are you getting these from eBay? How are you
No, someone traded this one in.
Well, the two Universal ones, the Don
Yeah,
Post.
I got those on eBay. This was a Be Something Studios 80s Sears Halloween store mask exclusive to Sears. That's why they use the
Serious.
green. That's why they use green instead of blood.
Oh, because Sears. Yeah, yeah. Okay. It's actually probably more disturbing than if it was red. Um, well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they called it the. Let me see what they call it. The tag zombie, originally designed for Halloween shop in Sears.
I don't know if I ever looked at the Halloween shop in Sears. I don't even know if I was aware there was one.
It would be cool if there's some cat. There's got to be a catalog out there.
I wonder if. Yeah. Um, my,
How you doing today? Good. Let me know if you have any questions.
let's see, someone. Oh, Jambo says I will take a FF 48 and a number 5 if you have one.
I'll check and see. Gotta get this box out of here for Spinner Rack. He's gonna get all these Disney comics from me.
Yeah, Jambo. The first guy said I had no Freon, and that I would need like 11 or 12 pounds. And he told the insurance, the home warranty people, that he'd done a leak check, but I don't know. I was told that a leak check takes a while, and I think he just came out and briefly looked. So I think he was just assuming.
Oh,
But
I
I
put the
got a
link.
second opinion today, and this guy says that he thinks there's Freon in it, but it's the blower motor or something. So it'd be a lot less. It's probably going to be, I think, $600 as opposed. But he said once that's fixed, that there may still be,
Come here.
but he can't really tell if there's a lack of Freon until he has that done. This guy seems a lot more honest and competent and less shady. So plus this AC guy was comparing my house to the house on the rock, so that I like that. But I'm I'm saying this to Jambo because he's an AC guy. So I'm just trying to. Oh my gosh, have you seen this Fallout TV series, Kevin?
No, I want to. I was trying to see if they had it on Blu-ray, but I don't think they do.
Yeah, well, Cleo and I watched through episode 3. She gets kind of queasy with it. I mean, it's real gory, and it's. I mean, there's some woke messaging in it, that kind of stuff. But for the most part, it's pretty free of that, and it feels comic booky. I know it's based on a video game, but it feels more like a Warren magazine kind of comic book with the gore and stuff. Yeah, let's see what Jimbo's saying here. That's two totally different things. So somebody was not checking very well. Yeah. Uh, Jimbo says two. What? Oh, he misspelled two. Oh, I know what. I didn't even notice. John Goris says took a nap and had a great vision for a man in the street YouTube vid. Just going through streets with a pan of coins and approaching people with the "Have you ever begged?" question. Hmm. You gonna do that? Oh, let's see. What is someone else's commenting? Well, we're actually getting people commenting today. What is this? Meyer says, "I like Fallout. I like the humor." Yeah, it's we're not that far into it. We're only 3 episodes. I think there's a new season coming out. I'm not sure. John Gorris says they could win a penny, a quarter, whatever, depending on their enthusiasm, begging skills. Could get you killed, but yeah. Yeah, I've got that I was the Teenage Frankenstein one. There's a there's a guy there's a oh nice. The artwork on these Super 8 millimeter 60s films is really spectacular. This really is a cool thing to collect, even if you don't have a projector. They're pretty neat. And I'm looking forward to seeing the Pee Wee Herman documentary, the Paul Rubens documentary. Haven't seen that yet.
Look at these. You can tell they're all like brand new, huh?
Well, the color wasn't that a 70s and early 80s thing?
Oh, that this no, that's a
Oh
distributor.
no. Yeah, I was thinking it was the color thing they put on them to so they would know what month they came out, so they can pull them
Yeah,
off the spinner rack.
yeah, distributor markings, or to know which distributor sent them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it used to be a different thing. It was used to tell what month the books were from.
There was a couple old ones in there. Oh, and a graphic novel too.
Oh, what is this? A new buy you had?
No, this is from a long time ago.
Is that the
Remember all
life
the?
story of Scrooge McDuck there, Kevin?
Yeah,
Oh, is this stuff for sale?
yeah. Spinnerack's getting it.
Oh, that's Spinnerack stuff. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
We
You
looked at
bought
them
the whole
all.
box, huh?
Yeah, there was one of the episodes we looked at them all.
Yeah, I remember. If you ever get another copy of that life story of Scrooge McDuck, I I was apparently they'll never reprint that because of some stereotypes in it that they don't ever want to reprint that. So
Look at the letter on this one.
yeah, well, that's gonna that's gonna be quite a wonderful thing for him to unpack. Did he see it on the show, or did he you just tell him about it on the phone?
Back. Oh yeah.
That's Frontiers here. The Paul Rubens documentary, is that an official release or some YouTuber's fan doc or something in between? No, I think it's official. It was something that Paul Rubens sat down for, and they were shooting it up till the time he passed away. Kevin could tell you more because he's seen it. Uh,
Yeah, he wasn't gonna finish it, but then like the day before he died, I guess he did a recording. He was mad that it was gonna get edited to, and he wasn't gonna like it. Yeah.
yeah. Was he a smoker?
I think he had. I think he had lung cancer or something, but I don't know if
Yeah,
it
no,
was.
I'm just wondering if he was a smoker.
He talked about a lot of pot smoking he used to do,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
and they show the guy that did all his design work.
Uh-huh.
His all his art and stuff. The
Right.
guy that became a real huge. He was becoming popular at the time for the punk scene.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember his name, but I know the
Painter,
artist.
it's like Panter or Painter.
Gary Panter. Yeah.
It shows him in there. Talks about him for a little bit.
Is he still around?
Yeah, he is.
I haven't seen any of his art in a long time, but he used to be everywhere. Yeah, in the 80s. It's a shame we got robbed of a whole lot of Pee Wee Herman stuff that we would have gotten if it wasn't for that arrest and all that. Sean Gora says, if I didn't have a stereotype to live up to, I wouldn't know how to act. Is that a quote from Paul Rubens, or is that you yourself saying that, Sean Gores? Well, today is Thursday. Did you get a shipment of stuff in today?
Yeah, but there's nothing, no facsimiles or nothing.
Anything interesting at all?
No.
What do you think's the most? What do you think people will be most interested in out of the stuff that came? What is it, DC?
DC, I think is I'm gonna get that tomorrow. But today I got Marvel.
Oh, okay.
They have nothing. Their cheapest book is $5, and it's 5, 6, and 7. All their books.
Why are some books 7 and some 5?
I think first issues are like $7 now, 7 or 6, and then everything else is 5 now.
And they're the same page count?
Maybe a number one issue maybe has a few more pages.
Okay. Ridiculous. What is your stereotype, John? The guy that, well, what do you think you're stereotyped as? The ultra violent, mad cartoonist, or maybe you should do a family friendly cartoon and just blow everyone's minds. What are we looking at here? Oh, let's see. Then I also got this book about the other comic companies that imitated the early Harvey Kurtzman Mad. At the same time that the Harvey Kurtzman's Mad EC comic book was coming out, the other companies doing imitations. It's a whole book of reprints of stories from the imitators. And that's the other book. I, I get up and show it to you, but I'm comfortable when the dog is next to me. Uh,
Oh, the Mad Parody, I can show you guys if you want to see it.
oh, he'll show it to you. In case you'd like to order a copy, you got a couple of copies available.
I have one left.
Okay, I highly recommend it. Um, Again, thank you, Thomas Fairfowl, for funding this batch of comics, so I can save for the air conditioner. Uh, so tomorrow there's a Trump rally, so it's going to be like the good old days.
What's up with the cardstock ones?
Hold on, let me see. What are you talking about? Oh, I don't know.
The ones they did out of
Show me the
cardstock?
top. Oh, it's a color. It's a Dynabrite one. Yeah, those were meant to be. The colors should inside should be really bright. It was a different printing process. They came out with and were selling that. And I don't.
It's
Yeah, I
not that much
remember that.
better.
I think they did a few Star Trek ones that they did, not just Disney, but other Gold Key comics that way. It was maybe just a way to get a new market of people buying them. I don't know. I remember that experiment. Sean Goris said, someone probably already said it. That'd be typical how it goes. Um, Myers says, equity based pricing structure. And Last Frontier says, are you going to be on Saturday? I got an Archie reading kit I rescued from the trash. It was sent to schools in 74 to 76. It contains 30 various Archie comics and teaching aids and art box. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'll probably come on Saturday. Is that sounds interesting. Um, Sean Gross, can you imagine the whole Paul Rubens dirty
What are you doing?
cinema scandal and how that'd play now? You'd decide would it be either defending or attacking him from some pseudo psych hot take.
I can't remember if he said he wanted the goofy ones or not. I'm gonna call him. I'll come back in a little bit.
Okay, the goofy ones, you say?
Yeah, I couldn't remember if he wanted the goofy ones.
Okay,
I'm gonna give him a call real quick. I'll
all
come
right,
back.
so sounds good. So, um, let's see here. Hold on a second. Put the link to the GoFundMe, although the information on the GoFundMe is not going to be accurate as far as what's going on with my air conditioner. It's not. That was based on the first diagnosis. I think this guy that's looking at it now is more accurate. So it's going to be paying for a motor, fan blower motor or something. So nine people donated. Nine of the sacred 12. There's always 12 people usually that watch this show at any given time. And I think nine of them donated. And if you'd like to become part of the sacred 12, then donate to that GoFundMe. Where is it? Hold on. It's here. There it is. Click on that and help out just a little bit. It will be wonderful. So, what is this kitten doing back behind me? Let's see what's on YouTube. I maxed out my subscriptions this morning. I tried to subscribe to something on YouTube and it says you have too many subscriptions based on number of people subscribed to you. And so I had to unsubscribe I had tried to unsubscribe to a dozen or so people that don't ever put anything up or haven't put anything up in a few years and free some up. For a while, it was just that, I used to hit the limit all the time and then it just seemed like there was no ceiling. And then all of a sudden there's a ceiling again. So, I don't know. I discovered a new band today, and I can't. Let me see if I can remember what they're called. The girl has someone was calling her a female Alice Cooper. She's kind of painted gigantic eyelashes on her face. Let me see if let me look in my history. I'll tell you what it's called. That last video I did, I think it was actually a pretty good video. No, I only got 217 people that watched it. It's the one that says Happy Star Wars Day. I think people thought, oh, it's a Star Wars video, but I only talk about Star Wars for about 2 minutes because it was May 25th, which is the real day that Star Wars came out. Most of it I'm looking at Fantastic Four and Justice League of America comics. I thought I enjoyed watching it. Most of my shows I never watched. That one I actually enjoyed watching it. I thought it can't, but it's like nobody watched it. Very few. So I guess, but Netanyahu agreed to a ceasefire, and then um, Trump was saying that Putin had gone mad, had gone crazy because he was pounding Kiev. And then Putin was saying, I don't think Trump is getting full information. I don't think his people are telling him what's really going on because he said 45 drones were trying to blow Putin's plane out of the sky. He says, that's why I did that attack. And I don't think Trump knew about that. I don't think he's getting full information. I don't know. It might all be an elaborate game where, because people accuse Trump of being too friendly with Putin. Maybe it's a way that they can distance themselves from each other. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. At a certain point, you just got to wash your hands of something like that because I don't know that. Uh, I don't know. What is this band called? Oh, here it is. It's called the Jackets. Um, Jackets, Jackets. Uh, so that's my new discovery of the day. I saw there's a young girl on YouTube that does that's a real nice voice that does traditional old 50s songs and older. She's like one of these old souls that loves the old music. Her name is Allison Young, I believe. Anyway, she put out a video, I think yesterday, and she hasn't done anything in a long time. I used to listen to her on YouTube back when I lived in the old country, and that was over 3 years ago. Um, but she's got a video that's she used to just record music in her living room or her bedroom, and now I think she's got a more professionally produced video where she's dancing with a little cartoon character or something. Let's see. It's a penguin. Anyway, enough of that. I don't want to get a copyright claim. Have you guys discovered anything lately? What's going on with you? Let's see what these people would say. Last Frontier says a teacher was cleaning out the closet where stuff was stored and forgotten about for years. Yeah, those are the best kind of closets. Yeah. Let's see. Yes, indeed. Teaching aids is the easiest to yeah. Listen to you guys, man. You were cut off. Didn't know the YouTube bar did that. Thought it was open bar infinitum. Yeah, it was for a while. I'd make a Star Wars Day video, but it'd just be how much I disliked everything post original trilogy. Well, that's kind of how mine was. Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, there's, yeah, that's how I feel. But yeah, it was fun stuff while it lasted. There, 77 through 83 were some good years in cinema. I uh, I watched An Officer and a Gentleman with Cleo the other day. That's from '82, I believe. I haven't seen that in years. Um, I saw that in the theater with my mother. Um, yeah, I want to show her Time After Time about H.G. Wells going forward in time to catch Jack the Ripper, who's stolen H.G. Wells' time machine. That was a great movie. I don't think I looked around. I thought I had it on DVD. I might, but I don't know. Sometimes I forget what I own. Uh, you can't just watch it free. It's like $3.99 to stream it. Um, Hold on a second. What is this comments? I have to turn everything sideways to read comments. I'm sorry. Is it just my imagine? I'm sorry. Eric Breen says, "Is it my imagination, or does the singer from the Jackets sound a little like Grace Slick?" Yeah, yeah, um, yeah. It's Have you heard of the Jackets? You just hearing about them for the first time? Because maybe I'm the last person. Now I was ahead of it with Amyl and the nitrates, right? That's no Amyl and the sniffers. Sorry, I was I was I've known about them for several years, and they seem to be catching on real big now. Nitrates. Um, I don't know. There's a new Sir Chloe song. I like Sir Chloe. It sounds like garbage. Not I mean, it sounds like the '90s band, the Shirley Manson band, Garbage. um, yeah, it makes it awkward when someone sounds like that band, because then you say, "Wow, you're great. You remind me of Garbage." What? How dare you? No, Shirley Manson's band, Garbage. Uh, yeah, Sir Chloe's got this new song. That's enough of that. I want to do a show about music, but I just can't because um, I just can't because you can't play music on YouTube. But did she like an officer and a gentleman? Asked Meyer. Yeah, but she was kind of mad because everybody in the movie is kind of really trashy. It really is true. The all the main characters are kind of are scum, but you root for them, you know. And the other thing I realized that um, Hollywood does, I guess, you know, I didn't take a date to see that movie. I actually went to see it with my mother, but I'd always sit in a different part of the theater than my. I wasn't sitting next to her watching that, but that was a weird thing. I like the time after time. Cindy Lauper song. It's super schmaltzy, but I like it. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Cindy Lauper was good. But yeah, it's nothing to do with the movie Time After Time. That's a whole different thing. But um, the hell was I talking about? What was I talking about? Okay, let me just think back. You know what I could? You know what's great about these? I can just put the show on and rewind it, uh, and then I can see what I was talking about. Let's see here. Um, what was I talking? Oh, I got the little gold key guy on the thumbnail for this video. I really should go back. I should go look at gold key comics, or it won't even make any sense. Oh, that's what I was going to say. We were talking about Officer and a Gentleman. Um, I don't know if it's that way today in movies, but it was that way in the early 80s, late 70s. In an R rated movie, it's like all the main characters seem to have an obligatory scene where they had no clothing on. And and it seems like the scenes in Officer and a Gentleman were, yeah, it's like all movie stars were just expected to do nude scenes. And it's like, you know, the movie An Officer and a Gentleman would have been just as effective without doing that. I don't know. I don't know. Not to be puritanical, but yeah, well, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, well. Around that same time, was it 81 that Body Heat came out? That was film noir, modern film noir movie that was, everyone was saying was real steamy. But yeah, that was something from the 70s and 80s that just the constant. There was obligatory nude scenes. Every character except for Lou Gossett Jr. Was nude in that movie at some point. And thank goodness for that. Uh, I don't want to see Luke, but of course, that one guy, I don't want to ruin the movie. His nude scene was uh, Ching from his in ECK. I don't think you're allowed to talk about that on YouTube, but uh, I don't know if you count that. It's just ridiculous. Oh man, I misspelled hotel. I got Hotel Orloff. Let me see if I can fix that. Can you fix the title of a video while the video is going on? Let's try that out. Um, that's ridiculous. I don't think I can. Oh, that's embarrassing. Live from the Hotel Orloff. Well, I'll fix it when the show's off, I guess. Can you? What a miserable. Uh, what are these people saying? John Gores says, my parents really liked An Officer and a Gentleman. My folks met at some officers club in Alaska. Dad was in the Coast Guard, so I guess they could relate at some level. Never saw it. Doesn't it have a famous post-credit ending? Oh no, not post-credit. Before the credit. Yeah, it has a famous ending. Yeah, where he goes to the. He works in a factory making paper bags for grocery stores before Democrats made them all switch to making plastic bags, which make no sense because does paper break down in the environment, but plastic doesn't. But for some reason, we have plastic bags now instead of paper bags. But anyway, she makes those, and he comes in and scoops her up, and it's a big romantic ending, I guess. Spoiler alert for a movie that's 40 years old, more than 40 years old. What am I talking about? Okay, well, everybody's talking about how expensive the Creature Dell comic is, so I need to go see if I think I own it, but I want to go see because I just keep thinking about that. I think I own that. Everyone's talking about how expensive it is. I'm watching the beginning of the show. Okay, Drew, I gotta get up. I have to tell Drew the dog I'm getting up because I don't want to start alarm. I got a present. I think you can get these for like $4 on Timu. Look at this. You see this? It's it's a Misfits shirt, done like an EC cover. Totally unauthorized Chinese bootleg item from Timmy. Yeah. And of course, and then at the end, when the was it a Joe Cocker and I don't remember who he did a duet with, the theme to Officer and a Gentleman, love lift us up where we belong. It was on the radio every 30 seconds when uh, my wife was born in 1978. So when that song comes up on the closing credits, she says, "Oh, that's where that shitty song comes from." Um, yeah, that was a big deal. I used to go see just about every movie that came out there in the early '80s. It was a good time for movies. Um, but it isn't a good time for movies anymore. That's for sure. Okay. It's hot up here in the attic. It feels much better. Okay, gold key box number 1. Charlton Comics. Archie Comics. Hold on. There it is. It's right out. Anybody? I never saw Taps either. Isn't Tom Cruise in that? It's on my DVDs to watch, pal. I saw that in the theater. I remember enjoying it. Um, I sat right next to my mother at the movies. Yeah, I was always, I don't know why I didn't. I guess that's just part of my. Um, John Goris says, I'm jealous of the kittens. All I got is a nasty old tomcat I feed every morning. He's not cuddly, though. Oh, well. Love the one you're with, I guess. Yeah. Um, Thomas Fairfowl, Taps is okay. Taps is okay. John Cruz plays third banana behind Timothy Hutton and Sean Penn. He's fourth banana if you count George C. Scott, but they kill him off pretty early. Um, yeah, I haven't seen that movie since it came out. I remember liking Sean Penn because I liked um, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Now I realize he was always an idiot. But that one performance in Fast Times at Ridgemont High was great. Um, and Timothy Hutton, man, what happened to him? He's sometimes you think of someone and realize they've dropped off the face of the earth. I saw this morning they're doing a sequel to Freaky Friday with Lindsay Lohan, who she must be in her 30s now, and Jamie Lee Curtis, who, man, probably 80, or at least, I don't know, in her 70s at least. But I don't know. No new ideas, huh? Okay. Do I have the Creature comic? We've got a. There's Choo Choo Charlie. Colt 45. Yes. Yes. I know. Cleo and I watched, she wanted to watch this new Nosferatu. I got to talk about that movie. Yeah, everything we watched was like repellent. I mean, like Fallout, there's it's just the people that live on the surface of the earth that aren't living in giant vaults down under the earth. They all have no noses, you know. And this one cowboy guy is. It looks like there was a character in the Warren magazines called Coffin that looked like that. Looked like War of the Colossal Beast, but with a cowboy hat in the Warren magazines. And he, yeah. Um, oh, Nosferatu. Okay. It's the main actress is Johnny Depp's daughter, who's a very unusual look. She's pretty, but she's very unusual looking. Very unusual. Like the first time you saw Christina Ricci in a movie, it's actually the actress that plays the lead in Fallout, the TV series, is very unusual looking girl too with big eyes. But this Johnny Depp's daughter has these big cheekbones. Anyway, it's a remake of the German Nosferatu silent film, which was an unauthorized adaptation of Bram Stoker's Dracula, which they credit Bram Stoker and what was it? F.W. Murnau was he the director of the 1920s Nosferatu. Um, well, this Nosferatu has a mustache, so it's kind of like Reed Richards. They've altered him in that sense, but then my wife pointed out that Vlad the Impaler had a mustache, but he's not played as Vlad the Impaler. It's he's a rotted, diseased-looking corpse, basically, and man, it has a pretty good period detail to it. It's just it's not, it's just I don't know what to say about that movie. Um, I guess I prefer, I guess I prefer Bela Lugosi and Christopher Lee kind of Dracula movies. What do you think, Ambrose? I think that movie. Yeah, I don't know about that movie. Ambrose, you are a nice cat, man. Uh-oh. Dog? Leave the cat alone. Shit. Drew, I dare you. Okay, well, Drew, you're gonna get slashed, man. Don't do it. Anyway, Drew, no. Shoot Shoot Charlie was the first comic book I ever owned, but this is not that copy. I don't know what happened to that copy, but I have two copies of this book. Then I have Colt 45, which is a TV series I've never seen, but I'd like to see. This is a gift from Night Tiger Comics. Beautiful copy. On the back, he's written Colt 45, number 9, 1961. Last issue, uh, 12 7 23. 12 7 23. What does that mean? He says creases, ticks, spine wear, spine roll, stain on back, and dirt. That sounds like that's describing me. That's describing me. Uh, really? It just looks like it's a pretty good copy to me. I don't know. I have this. You know what I was really wanting to do is look at my Atlas Seaboard comics. Here's the creature that people are paying lots of money for now, and I have it. followed by Daffy playing tennis with Sputnik. What is that George Wilson book supposed to come out? Oh well, incredible, astounding. This box is labeled digest-sized books. Let's see what's in this box. What is this? What is this nonsense in the chat here? Here, Brain. My cat has completely taken charge. I'm like a badly dressed butler now. John Gores, Sean Penn was good in that juvie movie, Bad Boys. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Well, Eric, what show are you going to be on next? I like the 1979 Nosferatu. The new one looks a bit humorless. Well, was the 1979 one a laugh riot? Um, this one, yeah, it's humorless. It's just kind of, yeah, it's kind of a, yeah, it's kind of a gross out, you know. But I'd totally buy a Colt 45 malt liquor. It's a dynamite taste comic. Yeah, it's smooth, says Meyer. Geeky Puppet Show, best of the week in 20 minutes. What is the best of the week? Could you give us a preview? What's actually good this week? Um, the only thing I think I saw that I asked Kevin to put back for me was this. I like this Rogue Savage Land comic, and although I haven't read it yet, oh, I haven't acknowledged this. Mira Corday passed away. And I remember because I'm looking at these little digest-sized magazines. She was on the cover of quite a few. This one has Mamie Van Doren. Mira Corday was always one of my favorites. She was in Tarantula and the Giant Claw. Um, yeah. Six Flags Mall was once the nicest mall in Arlington, Texas. And then at a certain point in the early 90s, or was it late 80s, it had pretty much become a dead mall. And there was a store that it was like an antique store opened up in a mall, which never normally happens unless a mall is diseased. They don't know. Most malls have all new merchandise. Well, there was a mall and it had this guy with all these little digests. There's Betty Page, these little digest magazines. And hold on, let me see if I can find Mira Corday. She's got to be on the cover of one of these. I got tons of these, man, a million of them. Here we go. Mira Corday. She was, this is March 1957. The magazine's called The Male Point of View. Um, oh, here's another one. Another picture of Mira Corday. Look at Judy Tyler. She's sure a cool. Uh, Here's Julie Newmar, the film find of 1953. This is a 1953 picture, which is that's 13 years before Batman. Joy Lansing, I think she dated Dean Martin for a while. Here I am dishing up the gossip that's 60, 70 years old. You know, I get the stories right when I give you news from 70 years ago. Here's, did I already show you this one? That's another Miracorde. And here's another Julie Newmar. Look at this, another Miracorde. She just passed away a few days ago. My friend Tom, when he was in Hollywood, was one of his friends, who I think was a cinematographer or something. His mom was Miracorde, so he went over to her house a few times with his friend, and um, so uh, so he met her. Uh, but yeah, she's always been one of my favorites. But she was getting up there. I think she was probably 90 or something. This one's cool. Look at the Japanese writing on the side for no reason. It's called Swagger, and Betty Page is on the back cover. Another Miracorde dressed up like a old Western saloon girl. She's on the cover of a lot of these. This one has your rock and roll all stars. Let's see who's the rock and roll all stars. Number four. Willis Jackson, Bill Haley, Ruth Brown, Chuck Willis, Amos Milburn, the Comets, Elvis Presley, Dinah Washington, Guitar Slim, and Fats Domino. I don't know, were these just, you don't know either. Um, were these just sold like next to the cashier in supermarkets, or where were these distributed at? These little, they're not, I mean, they're just, it's just pinup stuff. There's no nudity in these things. They're just, they're pretty innocent, you know, but here's Schiller Pocketbook. This kind of dates it. A Star Wars watch on the back. This is a British little small comic reprinting the. It's got Tomb of Dracula and Man Thing, obviously. Man Thing and Tomb of Dracula with a Savage Sword ad in the center. Here's a Basil Wolverton book. Looks like it's self-published. 1973 by Glenn Bray and Basil Wolverton. Glenn Bray was like the main patron of Basil Wolverton. He had tons of original artwork of Basil Wolverton, and I guess he published this little publication. Um, when this is about the time that Plot came out, it's all My friend Tom was friends with Glenn Bray. He was friends with every cool person in Hollywood. This issue of If, there's a weird, what do you call it, Eerie Publications magazine that has this same painting on the cover. Um, this is a pretty good little magazine, Comic Book Heaven. They had pretty cool T-shirts they sold. This is just all about obscure That's like the Dell Frankenstein superhero. Um, it's just all about weird comic books, and when did it come out? I would say in the 90s, 1998. You guys ever heard of this little magazine? Oh, this is the little thing for my senior prom. The Let the Good Times Roll, the song by the Cars, was our class song. Here's a book of Mad Libs that I had in high school, maybe junior high. Once in a lifetime record offer, ladies and amoebas of the TV audience. Before we return to our late bus, I want to tell you about an obese musical offer. For only $5.95 boobs, you can now get all of the circumcised hits that Al Martin has put out over the last 7 billion years. This album is on a 4-track organism and features such hits as Raindrops Are Falling on My Nocturnal Emission and Sucking May Be Dangerous to Your Fly Swatter. The album is recorded at the famous Santa Barbara Anemia Festival by the Arbalize rock band featuring the super degenerate guitars. Heck no, this may be your last chance to get such, I won't say that word. Never mind. This is from about the time that Star Wars came out. It's the Noble Planetarium in Fort Worth. Decided to do a Buck Rogers thing. We went to it. Um, it was called Science Fiction or Prediction, July 23rd, September 11th, 1977. It's the 1977 program schedule. And it says, in one of the, no, remember the great Buck Rogers cartoons? How about the novels of H.G. Wells? Were these stories just science fiction or were they prophecies of things to come? So then they have a panel from Buck Rogers. So my parents took me to that when I was 12. I've got several of those flyers for that. Here's a fanzine a friend of mine put out, Alex Crow. Wonder how he's doing. I haven't seen him in literally decades, probably since the 1990s. I haven't seen him. But this is a fanzine he did in 1993, back when we were all doing these things. Um, he used to run a toy store called Zombie in Dallas, Texas. There's his centerfold. Back in the days when we were all doing these things, he also did this one, 6 Foot Crow. Some of this, yeah, I can't really show. Um, who did this? This is called Make Room. Before 6 beers, after 6 beers. says a new trend in magazines has been born: illustrated terror and misfortune. We dare you to subscribe. This says interviews with people. Well, no, this is reviews of record albums and stuff. You know, like the Oblivions. This girl, I knew her, Delana Tennell. She used to be the clerk in a record store called Direct Hit Records. I had my magazine, The Sophisticate, there on consignment. What else is in here? Cover Up Lowdown. It has this on the other side. It's all conspiracy theory stuff. You know, like this kind of maps of evil organizations. All kinds of stuff in this. Oh my gosh, look. TV Guide with the Addams Family on the cover. They, the Addams Family were on the cover of TV Guide twice. Here's the Munsters cover of the Addams Family. Battlestar Galactica premiere. How about that? This is a fanzine about Warren magazines called Spooky. The Warren fanzine. These early pictures of Vampirella. Interview with Mike Royer. I got all kinds of stuff. Old science and mechanics, popular mechanics, all kinds of stuff, man. So that's what this box is. No comics in here. How about that? Is anyone still watching? Let's see here. Oh my gosh. If Coco gives me permission, that is. Who's Coco? What's he talking about? Ultimate Spider-Man. Pinup, 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 how do you say that? Pinup a cop, pinup, pinup-acalypse. Okay, I think I saw a picture of that one. I think you would like that one. 50 zombie sci-fi horror comedy. Well, yeah, I don't know if Kevin ordered that or not. Ultimate Spider-Man, I never tried that. I hear everyone say it's good. Magazine Rich. Unpopular Mechanics would be a cool name for a zine. Yeah, I always thought uh, National Misanthropic instead of National Geographic. I almost did a magazine. I had drawn up the cover for National Misanthropic, but I never did it. You want to steal the title? Go for it. But oh man, I got a cramp in my leg. Ah. But if you steal the title, donate to my GoFundMe to help out with the air conditioner. It's getting hot up here, man. This one says DC War and Humor. War and Humor. I heard of War and Peace, but War and Humor, that's a weird combination. Why, look, it's Weird War Tales #1. How about that? Here's the gut grabbing issue #3. Gut grabbing. Weird Western Tales. Oh, here's Witching Hour. I was needing to file a Witching Hour comic. Now I've got found the right box. Where is it, man? Here it is. Witching Hour number 17. Let's see. What in the name of heck? Okay. Look at that, man. I've got issue 1. And then I have I already have issue 17. My gosh. Well, now I have 2 copies of issue 17. Now I only need to get several thousand more, and I'll have every copy of that on the planet Earth. I didn't know I had that. Oh well. It was part of a package I won as a prize from Night Tiger. Let's see. Humorous politics by other means. Was Reader's Digest the first digest? I don't know, man. I'm sure. I just don't know. Well, hold on. What about? Are we thinking about like um the stuff that the founding fathers printed? Wasn't that like little small booklets? That was probably the most subversive stuff ever. The stuff that started the Revolutionary War. Common Sense. Was that a little booklet? Thomas Paine. Okay. I keep seeing all these people posting their pictures of Atlas Seaboard comics, and I keep thinking, I don't know if I have that issue. Because that just about every issue, they had 4 issues that came out of those. And I wish I had the whole set of all of them. Yes, pamphlets and digests go way back. Yes, indeed, they sure do. Old Richard's Almanac, right? The Farmer's Almanac. Those were little bitty books. Okay. No, this is EC. This is not my Atlas Seaboard. This is EC and ACG. This is a good book that reprints ACG 60s kind of comics. Hey, I just got a new issue of Gasp. I gotta find that. Where is that, man? Here it is. Perfect. Now I'm starting to say perfect. You notice everyone's starting to say the word perfect. Here's Gasp number 4. Look, she's got a little, it looks like she's got a little Steve Austin action figure. Doesn't that look like the $6 million man? Okay, Gasp number 4. And the only other issue I have of Gasp is number 1. Now I have number 4. How about that? Okay, the reason I came up here to find out if I had that Creature comic. I have the Creature comic. Um, so that mystery has been solved. Founding fathers were the first zinesters. They really were, if you think about it. They probably should teach American history that way. Um, the founding fathers were actually pretty cool people. Actually, probably Luther was OG zine father. Yeah, Martin Luther, yes. Okay. Yeah, buddy. Um, would the Dead Sea Scrolls count as zines? Oh, man. What the hell time is it, man? What time is it? 8:04. 8:04. Okay, Kevin's store is closed. So he's 6 hours. 6 hours. He's 2 hours behind us normal people. Yeah, Mira Corday. That's a shame. Man. She was great. She had a lot of personality. You could just tell it in those fine films like Tarantula and The Giant Claw. Look, here's another one of those. I got these everywhere from 1977. I must have grabbed a whole handful of them. Video Watchdog. Remember Barbara Steele? Yeah, Barbara Steele's another person that has a really distinctive face. Um, much like, yeah, Johnny Depp's. Oh man, look at Ambrose on this chair. Hey, Ambrose. Johnny Depp's daughter is. I don't know who the mother was, but she's. I don't know what other movies she could be in besides horror movies. Maybe I don't know. Okay. I got this picture frame that had never been used. And I just like the 50s graphics so much. I hung it with the original. Look at this. See that? Pretty insane. Right, right on Bruce the cat. I got to be careful on the stairs because these two kittens want to step in front of you. And it's hard to see. Mm. What are people saying here? I got my phrenology certification from a pamphlet. Um, I like Barbara Steele and Fellini's 8.5. Yeah, Barbara Steele was great and everything. Well, we're back where it's a little cooler. Oh, someone's talking to me here. Dirt Nap Collectibles just popping in to say, how's it? It's fine, Dirt Nap. Oh, anyway. Uh, Dirt Nap, you're in Oklahoma, right? I think so. Let's see. How's the weather in Oklahoma? What else is interesting in the world of music today? Is there any other bands or nope? Los Angeles. Well, you probably an Okie from. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm just it's my inner Edgar Casey. I'm guessing will be the from. Whatever happened to whatever happened to Basil Orloff? He hasn't come on in a while from Los Angeles. He's due for a return. I need to throw some caveats out here, okay? And I want to try to be responsible. This dude is getting flamed for this article right now. I don't even think this article is very out of pocket. I think it's pretty even-handed, but I do just want to put a disclaimer out there that this report. A stop motion monster movie that inspired Tim Burton. What are they talking about here? Anyway. Specials such as Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman. I think you got Santa Claus. These specials provide syndication for decades, introducing the magic and artistry of reindeer ballads to millions of viewers. Unfortunately, the Christmas specials. What are you guys listening to music-wise? Do you guys listen to music? Oh, they're saying Mad Monster Party is the stop motion masterpiece that inspired Tim Burton. Okay. Oh, I didn't show you that other book I got. That's what I was going to do. Um, Dirt Nap says, "It's my day off. About to have dinner in a bit. Weather was fine today, but I was complete bum." Yeah. Um, Sorry, I'm looking through my YouTube feed. Oh, it says bedtime reminder. Your bedtime is set for 9 p.m. Wind down is starting soon. It says at the top of my phone. My wife set up a bedtime reminder for me on my phone. My bedtime's 9 o'clock. And that's what it was when I was 10. I remember having to come home from school in third grade, and I had to make a deal with my mom to stay up and see Planet of the Apes when it premiered on CBS on a Friday night. I needed to stay up till 10 to see the end of Planet of the Apes. So she said, "When you come home, you'll have to take a nap, and then I'll let you stay up till 10." And other kids, there was no big deal because it was Friday night. But even on Friday and Saturday night, I had that set bedtime. So, yeah. So this Doctor Doom in the Marvel movie, since he's played by Robert Downey Jr., is not going to wear a mask, clearly, throughout the whole movie, because why would you hire Robert Downey Jr. and then cover his face with a mask? So it's going to be like the Sylvester Stallone Judge Dredd, where he takes his mask off after 5 minutes, and the rest of the movie, it's a Stallone movie. Um, I guarantee you that. Now, when he played Iron Man, they were able to still show Robert Downey Jr. by showing you his face inside the armor. Um, I don't know that they could do that with Doctor Doom. They're so stupid. Okay. Um, I work at a record store. I listen to a bit of everything. Is it a new record store or is it like a collectible record store? Um, Sorry, couldn't make it back, says Kevin. That's all right. You're running a store and you got your dog to look after. Dirt Nap says, "Last time I checked in with you, I was about to go into work. FCBD at my other job, the comic shop." What the heck does FCBD mean? Oh, free comic book day. Man, you guys and your acronyms. Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, buddy. Well, I just now had free comic book day. I just got my free comics for free comic book day. Um, um, yeah, you know what? People are really stupid. There's a Star Wars comic. People say it's the first appearance of Boba Fett. That, but I know that that comic book came out. Well, it's The Empire Strikes Back came out in 1980, right? And I'd say about 3, 4, 5 days before The Empire Strikes Back came out, a Marvel comic magazine, Color magazine, came out on the newsstand, and that's how why a lot of people already knew that Darth Vader was Luke's father from that magazine. and that would be truly the first comic appearance of Boba Fett. And then the regular monthly color comic on the newsstand adapted Empire Strikes Back over, I don't know, 4 issues, maybe 5, but it was all reprints from that magazine. The magazine came first by months. So when that issue came out with Boba Fett, that the comic people say is the first appearance of Boba Fett, it was months after the release of Empire Strikes Back and months after, you're crushing me, and months after she's hungry. Let me feed you through the dog. Anyway, just let you know, but I think there are these people that don't consider magazines to be comic books. I've always been very adamantly in disagreement about that. Amoeba music in Hollywood. I heard of amoeba music. How about that? So, what do you know about? Uh, what are the cool new, what are interesting bands? Have you heard of the? Have you heard of the Jackets? Are they any good? What do you think of the Jackets? I don't even know if they have a record out. It may just be something that's on. How did I discover it? I think it was on. No, it wasn't on Instagram. It was Facebook. I was going through Facebook, and it was like people you may know, and it was this girl with these giant eyelashes painted on them. I clicked on it, and she's in a band called the Jackets. And I thought, so I listened to it. So they were actually recommending that I befriend the lead singer of this band. That's how I learned about the band. Sometimes you learn about bands from Instagram or something. Um, People are talking. Let's see here. Mark Hamill pitched the idea that Boba Fett was actually Luke's mother. Yeah, how did we know that wasn't a girl inside Boba Fett's? Had heard of the Jackets. Yeah. Sometimes there'll be a band and they have fewer followers than I do, and this channel has no followers. I think I don't even have 840. I have 843. I got up to 845, and then I lost 2, and then it keeps. That's the most I've ever had is 845. And I've got to do a video tomorrow where I follow these cats around because these cats got me, I swear, 60 subscribers. And one of their videos had thousands of views. So I think that's all people really care about. They don't care about me talking about music or comic books or anything. They want to see the cats. So maybe I should give people what they want. Oh, I'm supposed to feed the dog. What am I thinking? Hold on a second. Where's the dog food? Here you go, Drew. You guys. Well, I really am excited about that Trump rally tomorrow. I think that it's a lot of fun to tune in to Right Side Broadcasting, and you get to watch for like 8 hours before the rally, just people lining up. They talk to the people in line. I just find it fascinating. It's fascinating, fun, sociological wonder, and I love it. It's more fun to me than just about anything. I've been missing those things, man. Dirt Nap says there's a pretty cool German band called Measured Chops. They're actually they're Russian. Uh, Russian. They were very upset when this Ukraine war started because they thought, oh shoot, everyone's demonizing the Russians, and they were kind of like saying, hey, we don't have anything to do with it, because they're afraid they weren't going to get booked because all the Democrats were saying all Russians are scum. So, anyway, yeah, they're really good. Measured Chops, or however you pronounce it. Well, I got a blank cover because it has the real cover, but I'm not going to draw one on here. But it's a Great Garloo comic. It's about 60 years too late. This should have come out like in 1964, 63. But it's, somebody got the rights from Marx, and it has Big Lou in it too. Since I've got Big Lou, and I don't know, maybe it's going to be fun. I just, it has the real cover. This is the real cover for it. So I just consider this like a book cover for like a textbook in school. So that's something else I got with Thomas Fairfowl's gift. And then, oh, yes, you're right. Yeah, there's a band called, oh boy, the Killer Barbies. And they're, man, I don't know. I think they're a German band. And I think the lead singer, the girl, might be from the Ukraine. I don't remember. But they've got they've even made a movie or a couple of movies where they star in it, kind of like the monkeys, except they're horror movies. I think one's called The Killer Barbies versus Dracula, but they've got a really good song called Lover Killer. Um, anyway, this has been published before, I think about 10 years ago, but a new printing is out, and Kevin has another copy of this if you'd like to get it. The sincerest form of parody. It says the best 1950s mad inspired. Uh, is everything backwards? Let me see how things are looking. I'm, I remember Captain Strangelife's was complaining that everything was backwards on his screen, and everyone was explaining to him how to fix it. Now everything's looking backwards to me. Let me see. I'm looking at it on my TV now. Let's see. No, it looks like Wolverine is correct on my shirt. No, everything's right. It looks backwards when I look on my phone. Oh well. Yeah, the best 1950s mad inspired satirical comics. So it's from Fantagraphics Underground. So you know about the mad imitations, cracked and sick, and there were trash and crazy and all of those. These are the ones that were coming out at the same time as the comic book, like Get Lost. And oh, this is going to be so much fun to read through this. Of course, none of them come close to being as good as Harvey Kurtzman. Here's the Crisco Key. Ah, shit! I don't think this book is damaged. Sorry about that. I The dog jumped on top of my Great Garloo comic, but luckily it was. Excuse me. It's fine. The backing board protected it. Like anyone cares about it, this Great Garloo comic, it's ever going to be worth anything. Um, there's Dr. Sequel and Mr. Hyde from Whack. And then some, it even shows some from Panic, which was technically not an imitator of Mad because it was also put out by EC. It was more like a companion comic to it, but it was never as good as Mad. Here's a Captain Marvel parody. Captain Marvel flies again. Of course, Mad had the Superman parody where he fought Captain Marvel, but this is just a Captain Marvel parody. Shit. Yeah, this looks like good stuff. It's a big article in the back. It's a parody of the Charles Atlas ad. Some of the parody, some of the imitations. Then there was a lot of these I would see in the comic book price guide, and this one was a really good one. I think that one there. And that's a really good cover of Riot. Look at that. Yeah, fantastic. So this is all a present from Thomas Fairfowl, and I appreciate that. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Ugh. Well, the dog already ate for dinner. Um, Kevin sent me a sticker of a Dalek and a Gotham City comic sticker. And if if you can't help the GoFundMe, if you could just say that would that would be fine. Just help because I yeah, eh, it's it would be really kind of nice if we could get the share work. Um, Let me see. Just a second. Okay, what are people saying? Oh, let me see. Um, will you be mailing my painting soon? I hope. Yes. I was gonna do that today, but I was waiting on this AC guy. Um, I can actually do that now. Um, I can do that. Um, or I couldn't get to the post office. So yeah, I painted a painting for Meyer Greenblatt a long time ago, and I need to get it to him. So let's see if we can find a. Let's see. Hold on. Just get me through. Yeah, I did this painting for Meyer. So I didn't sign it. I've got to sign it. Should I sign it Orloff or should I sign it my real name? I wonder. And then let's see. I don't. Second. I could put it in this big box. It fits fine in there, and then I could cushion it. I think this Gemini mailer, I don't know about sending a painting in a Gemini mail. I don't think I should do that. No, I don't think that would be safe. I don't know about that. I don't think. I don't think so. I think I'll probably put it in this big box. Um, yeah, I'll get that out tomorrow before the right side broadcasting feed starts. Absolutely. Yeah, I've been. I have more time now during the day. And I've got to send some stuff to Jambo, and yeah, now I actually have blank DVDs. I can do that. I have the time. I can do that as well. What the hell? What was that? What was that thing? Um, yeah, Jambo and oh, John Goris. I've got a. I made some discs for him, but I haven't sent to him. Yeah. It really is getting hot in here. I still don't have the L on here. As soon as I stop this, I'm going to have to add the L to hotel. Uh, well, I don't. I would recommend that I did some pretty good shows, I think, last weekend that no one watched. This one that says episode 1250, Happy Star Wars Day. That was actually a decent show. I did an all singing summer spectacular show. If you look for the one with the RC Cola ad, it's I'm sorry, number 1248, episode 1248. And the one that's labeled Memorial Day 2025, that's a pretty good video. You should check out some of the older videos. Nobody's watching them, they have very few viewers. I don't know. Maybe people are just getting sick of the show. That's very possible. But if you would like to help out with this air conditioning fund, I'm thinking we're going to maybe scrape by and it's not going to be as expensive as I was fearing that it would be, but then I still don't know. Um, so I think Saturday I'll do some sketches and see if people want to buy some sketches and stuff. Uh, yeah, I guess I'll do that to try to raise some money. Um, I don't know. Don't know. Don't know. Don't know what to tell you lately. Except I want to go relax upstairs with a bunch of fans blowing on me. So I may head on out. Uh, see you guys later. Goodbye.